because you can do something doesn't mean you should. This is especially true on the web, and we've invited in a friend of mine, Jason DeFillippo, to share his 5 mistakes most often made by rookie website builders. Jason, thank you for coming.
My pleasure to be here.
And you're even wearing your 2600 shirt.
Yes, I am.
This is not the Atari 2600, though.
No, this is the Hacker Quarterly, the underground hacker magazine.
But you're dating someone who works with 2600.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
How cool is that? I mean, do you like brag to people about it, or?
Well, I'm bragging to you right now, so.
It works for me. Your coolness factor just like jumped up by 100. But yeah. we met because at one point in the past I was having problems with my server, and you offered some suggestions, and then you came and developed a website that a lot of people are using for blog rolls. Blogrolling.com is a resource you created.
Yes.
Could you explain to everybody out there what it is?
Blog rolling is an easy way for people to add links and subtract links from their website without knowing HTML, and with one click of a button they can, add their friends, make little communities. Tells them when their friends have updated, all for free. And,
I love it. It's helped me manage all the links, all my favorite websites on the web on my blog. I have a blog too. Leo's not the only one that's got a blog around here. But blogrolling.com is the site that Jason created. You are like literally a back-end genius. Well, in my opinion, because you've worked on big websites.
Yes.
Like for movies and television.
Yes, lots of them. Lots of them.
Like?
Last ones I've done that most people would know would be Mission Impossible 2, Tomb Raider, and lately from Justin to Kelly, the American Idol movie.
Why do you say that with like a smirk on your face?
Oh, it's just funny.
You want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kelly.
Those beach dancing scenes.
Oh, yeah. There's beach dancing?
There's much beach dancing.
Say no more. All right.
Yes.
So those are the things that you want to do. You don't design the front end, you design the back end.
Correct.
But you also deal with the front end of things, and you see mistakes being made constantly.
Constantly, yes. I've been doing this for 8 years, so I've seen my fair share of mistakes.
And one of the first mistakes you have is this little guy that's typing away or digging a hole.
He's digging a hole. He's under construction guy. You see him when people get lazy and they don't feel like finishing a website and they want to go watch Call for Help or, Baywatch or whatever floats their boat.
Justin and Kelly, doesn't matter.
Yes. And then you see the little digging guy. He makes his way around, and it's a horrible mistake. You just shouldn't do that.
Why?
It just shows how lazy you actually are.
Oh, well, so you wouldn't want to tell people that you weren't necessarily done.
Right. It's also a tease. If someone is, comes to your website, they get all hot and bothered to go get that content. They click on it, they're ready to go, and then they get the little digging guy. It's not fair to the users.
Definitely,
it's not
definitely
fair.
Depressing. But at least he's not animated, because like this website, this is just animation overkill.
Yeah.
Your second point.
Yes, animated GIFs are just the bane of my existence. You go to a website and you want to read the content, but then your eyes getting dragged all over the place. You have spinning 3D logos, and you can't read the text. You can't really, it distracts from the actual point of the web page, unless, of course, that is the point of the web page.
To have animated.
Like the hamster dance would be a good example when you have, dancing icons or things like that. But when you're actually trying to show a web page that has content, that has text, it distracts your eye and makes it more difficult to read.
So if you do animations, maybe keep it just to one.
Keep it very low key. Usually keep it in the header of the page. You don't want it to really distract from the user experience.
But come on, a flaming Camaro. I mean, who wouldn't want that on their webpage?
This is true. That is pretty sexy. I'm going to have to add that to mine.
See? We're changing lives every day on Call for Help. The third point that you make is something that's quite interesting, that making demands on the user's browser.
Right. You'll see it. If you surf the web enough, you'll see little icons that say requires this, requires that, requires 745 different things just to view this site.
Dear God.
This is a great example. There's about 400 pages here of things that you have to do before you can actually access their website. You want to make it easy for the users to get your content. You don't want to make it more difficult.
Yeah, you almost have to crawl through so much here to get to like so much there.
Exactly. There's something in the business we call graceful degradation. So if you have something that the high-end users can see, you need to make it so the low-end users can see something that may not be as cool, but is still good enough to get the point across for your website.
All right. Now, well, let's jump to the far extreme. Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's just not right.
Now, what's happening here, other than the bouncing penguins?
Yeah, we talked about things distracting from you trying to read the page. How about a bunch of bouncing penguins?
But they're in the background. It's not that bad, is it?
No, it's the foreground that's actually the problem.
Really?
As you can see, there's about 20 or 30 different colors of text, different sizes. it's really hard on your readers to actually focus on the content when their eyes are, switching from one color to another. It hurts. It's painful. It really is painful.
Very much so.
So, multiple fonts, font styles, font colors. It's something you really want to avoid. You want to stick to one style and very few colors that actually complement what you're trying to display, not, contrast with something like the dancing penguins and the colors. It's just really not right.
I can definitely see how it's not right. And but at least there's no music playing in the background, because this guy, we've got the accordion man over here, and this is your 5th mistake.
Music in a website is a no-no.
Nasty stuff. And it's playing a MIDI file here.
Yes. I'm a polka fan like the next man, but that's just not good.
But we have nothing against accordions or the accordion man. We're just saying that if you're surfing this thing in the middle of the night and your speakers are on and you don't realize...
Yeah. Most people, when they're surfing the web, have the TV on or have their own music on, or they're enjoying their silence, and then you come across something that just blares out at you. It
scares me
the bejesus out of you.
Literally. In fact, we saw bejesus earlier.
Yes.
Well, no, just Jesus. But we couldn't show you this time because Methuselah got mad because apparently no one made a web page for him, and Nebuchadnezzar got in. And anyway, this is another thing I've noticed too, at least on this site. A lot of people center their text.
Yeah. They think it gives it balance, but it actually is much more difficult to read. As you scroll through the page, you can see everything is just dead center.
And hot.
Or not. But hey.
I would have to agree with you. Jason, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You can catch up on Jason's thoughts at his blog. He's got one too, jason.defillippo.com. And I pronounced your last name correct, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I was afraid about that. You always see things online and then you say them aloud. You can review these stinky websites and the accordion man. I don't know if he stinks or not. I mean, as far as... Just go to our website, techtv.com/call-for-help. Up next, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game, except when there's valuable prizes on the line, and then you definitely don't want to screw up. We've got a contestant ready to take the challenge, but first, here's Kat with a quick web tip.